Well, you saw him a few minutes ago in the pictures we showed you of the Winter National Program in Brazil. He's with us in the studio now. Wingate President Jerry McGee, how have you been?
Been doing quite well, thank you.
How was the trip?
We had a wonderful time. Two things that I learned on that trip. One is that we have wonderful students. The 21 students that traveled with us were very respectful. They were on time. They did the things they were supposed to do. And the second thing I learned was that I'm probably better at floating around on a river cruise with a bunch of 60-year-olds in Europe than I am at traveling with 21-year-olds to Brazil.
I understand.
They go pretty hard, and it was a very exhaustive trip.
You keep a busy schedule. When you go out and tell people about Wingate University, what do you tell them?
Well, the story is so good. And, you know, I love to, now that I've been here so long, I love to go back. If I'm going to the Charlotte Rotary Club, I love to go back and look at what I told them 10 years ago. And now I can compare that with where we are today. And so primarily I try to tell them about how the school has grown, the entrepreneurial spirit that you see here, how we've been aggressive in adding new programs, how we've made some really hard decisions in recent years which have made us a much stronger institution. And I always remind them how important they are to us, that they're referring students and maybe volunteering to do some work on campus, or maybe recommending people to be on our board of trustees. The community at large is very important to us. One
of the programs that was added in January was the Doctor of Physical Therapy program, another doctorate level degree being offered. Has that exceeded your expectations?
You know, I think the quick answer to that is yes. I think the staff has just been outstanding, and how quickly we were able to recruit 42 students for the program, all highly qualified young people, makes us realize we made the right decision. And there's a great need in our community for more physical therapists as the baby boomers reach retirement age. And we're living longer, and we need more physical therapy services. But yes, it's been terrific so far.
These are 42 students. Where are they from?
Well, 35 are from North and South Carolina, which really fits into to our strategy. Our goal is to improve healthcare in North and South Carolina, and certainly in Piedmont and Western North Carolina. And having so many of those students from this area, I think is very helpful, because what we would like is for these 42 people to finish their degrees and stay in this region and improve healthcare here.
There are two campuses outside Wingate's main campus, a Ballantyne campus and a Hendersonville campus. Some people may not be aware of that. How are those other campuses operating?
Well,
How are they doing?
They're both at very exciting times. The Ballantyne move has been very strategic for us. We're very grateful for our friends in Matthew supporting our program there for so long. But we're in high quality teaching space now. We're right in the middle of 14,000 corporate executives who are working in the Ballantyne area. And the programs we're providing seem to be very well received there. And so we think there's potential for significant growth there. In Hendersonville, we're in an exciting place because the town of Hendersonville, Henderson County, Blue Ridge Community College, and Pardee Hospital are all joining with us. And we're going to be building a new building that will serve all of us in some way. And we will be the lead tenant. But that's going to allow us again to add additional programs in Hendersonville, and they have been very, very welcoming there.
I can see why you could say exciting times. Campus master plan, we've dealt with some of that on this program. Credo Higher Education was here for a number of weeks talking to stakeholders. Where are we in that process?
Well, it's been presented to the Board of Trustees, and they were very excited about it. Basically what it does, it allows us to do two things primarily. It allows us to look at the long-term physical needs of our campus. It helps us understand what properties we need to be buying in the future. It helps us design where the new housing should go, where new academic space should go, where new student life space should go for the next 15 or 20 years. But it also helps me get focused on my last couple of years as president and look at the things that I need to concentrate on, and to work with our staff to make sure we get those things accomplished before a new administration comes on board. So it's been a very thorough process, and one we've enjoyed.
Last question. We have talked about the Secure the Promise. This was a $100 million campaign launched about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yep.
and more than half the money's been taken in.
Yep.
87 million, is that right?
Yeah, we that's been a real success story. I think it's kind of an endorsement of what we've done in the last decade or so. We began with an effort to raise $45 million. And then we blew by that so quickly, we decided to raise the campaign goal to $75 million. And now we've surpassed that, and so we decided that $100 million would be more reasonable more challenging for us. So now we're in the mid to upper 80s, and the last 10 or 12 million will be a great professional challenge and will require all of our friends to really step up and help us. But it will push Wingate so far ahead of a lot of our competitors that it'll really have things set up very nicely for the new administration, which will begin in 2015.
So if anybody out there wants to write a check, you'll be happy to take it.
Yes, we still have room for a few.
That's where there is room. Jerry McGee, it's good to see you. Appreciate you coming by.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.